Welcome back to the Laynsrlow podcast, bedtime stories for boys and girls around the world. Good evening, boys and girls. Are you ready for bed? Are you all snuggled up and ready for the Laynsrlow bedtime story? Good, because you're in for a treat tonight with a wonderful book called Too Small for My Big Bed by Stewart and Laynsrlow. And this is a book I read to my daughter when she was too small for her big bed and getting ready for a bed of her own. Once upon a time, as Mummy kissed Piper goodnight, she said to him, "If you wake up in the night, don't come straight into Mummy's bed. Try counting to more than 10, and maybe that will help you fall back to sleep in your own bed." When Piper did wake in the night, he tried counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 and a bit, 10 and a bit more, 10 and a big bit more. But he was still awake, and the wide-awake Piper didn't want to be alone in the deep dark night. "I counted to more than 10, he whispered as he snuggled in beside his mummy. "What a clever little cub you are," she sighed. But Piper was already fast asleep, spread out like a small star. In the morning, Mummy took Piper to the golden grasslands. Piper pounced and jumped until he needed to stop for a rest. "Today, I jumped higher than ever," he said happily. "I know," smiled Mummy. "I've been watching. You jumped so high, and you did it all by yourself." "All by myself," laughed Piper. But that night, Piper still didn't want to be all by himself in the deep dark. And the next day, Mummy took Piper climbing along Red Rock Ridge. Piper bounded easily to the top. "Mummy," he called, "look at me. I'm going to be the king of the castle." "I know," smiled Mummy. "I'm watching. You've climbed so far, and you've done it all by yourself." "All by myself," laughed Piper. "Tonight, Piper," said Mummy as they paddled homewards, "if you wake in the middle of the night, try thinking about how high you jumped and how far you climbed all by yourself. Then perhaps staying in your own bed all by yourself will seem easier." Piper didn't look sure. "In the deep dark night," he whispered, "my bed feels too big." "It's not as big as my bed," said Mummy gently. "But when I climb into your bed, Mummy," said Piper, "you are near to take away the bigness." Mummy and Piper stopped at their favourite pond, and while they drank, Mummy asked, "How do you know I'm near now, my clever little cub?" "I can see your face wobbling in the water," said Piper. "If you keep your eyes closed and I am quieter than as small as cricket," asked Mummy, "then how do you know I'm near?" Piper thought and waited and sniffed the air. "I can just feel you, Mummy," he smiled. "I can feel you are near." "I'll never be far away," she said as they lay in the evening sun. Mummies never are. When Piper woke that night, he looked into the deep dark and thought he couldn't see his mummy. He could feel the cool night air spreading her love around him, and he knew that she was near. So Piper snuggled down further in his own bed and started counting to more than 10, but he only managed to count as far as 1, 2, 3, before he was fast asleep, right through till morning. The end of Too Small for My Big Bed by Stewart and Laynsrlow. Here on the Lights Out podcast, bedtime stories for boys and girls and little tigers around the world. Good night.